these are the contestants. Alabama, which lost in the SEC championship game, and the much ballyhooed debate between Notre Dame and Miami. So, number 9, who will go to Norman to take on Oklahoma?
What? What? Are you f***ing kidding me? What? No!
In terms of at-large teams, and it almost certainly is going to be Miami or Notre Dame. So, number 10. Oh my God! And it is Miami.
No! Are you shitting me?
That? That's the sound of independence. Seems worth it when you get to play a bunch of nothing on your schedule 10 times a season and don't even have to play in a conference to get all those wins. Except when you forget the part where you don't get to make up for your past failures by winning your conference. Plus, the only 2 quality teams you played this season squatted on your face and dookied. Now, I for one sympathize with you. Being ahead of Miami the entire latter half of the season just for the committee to pull the bait and switch today seems like a total dick move. In hindsight, it probably is. However, you were always going to get cocked. BYU winning or losing would have never changed that. It just would have changed which team you were watching from said chair. In any other season, 10-2 with 0 quality wins of value would have been good enough to make the big dance. However, this is the off year where a lot of teams outside of yourself didn't take a monstrous upset and therefore, you were one of many to fall short. Most other teams, like BYU, would take this devastating shortcoming to air their frustrations on whichever poor sap they wound up facing against in a bowl game. Was that what the Irish did? Nope! Per their proclaimed status, they cried while shitting, farting, and tooting all over social media about imaginary SEC bias within the playoff committee. You sorry f***s are the reason we even have a playoff, because you tried this shit back in the days of the BCS. Computers have SEC bias, AP polls now have SEC bias, now the playoff committee, spearheaded by the athletic director of Utah, is also biased towards Bama in an effort to prop up the SEC. Full of excuses since 1988. Get a dadgum grip. Miami is ahead of you because they beat you. Oklahoma is ahead of you because they have better wins than you. Alabama's also ahead of you because they too have better wins than you. Yeah, but they have more losses. Yeah, they got a 3rd loss by participating in a conference championship. How many conference titles do you have? So just as Florida State and Alabama did before, you filled our Twitter and Reddit feeds with excuses and tinfoil hat narratives about how the playoff committee is full of atheists and Satanists who hate Notre Dame. But not only did you do that, you went even further beyond. You sorry pansy asses outright refused to play in a bowl. So much for those extra practices your players could have gotten. You made a statement, alright. It states, "We're a bunch of whiny, cowardly Catholic cucks who got mad because we weren't good enough to make the dance." Oh, that's so sad. You tried so hard. Let me pat you on your little head and tell you how great you are. All these theatrics just to play Navy 10 times per year and die to every good team you face off against. Gotten to a point where you think you're too good for anything besides competing for a championship. You're as scared of the Pop-Tart Bowl as you are the reality of reverting back to the Brian Kelly days. You know it's gotten to that point when you're talking about hypothetical matches and how you are beyond all G5 teams that exist. Yeah, because we all know Notre Dame has never, ever lost to something like the G5.
Here's Buckner, pressure coming. Buckner stands in and fires the ball, intercepted. Gilmore down the sideline, break 6, Gilmore. A lot to ask, Mitch Jeter, and that's blocked at the line of scrimmage. And the Huskies are celebrating.
While you are spending bowl season on the couch, let me be the first of many to tell you. Nobody cares. Your tantrum is one we've seen all too many times before. You're only hurting yourself. But you've known that all too many times for many a season. That's the true luck of the Irish for you. Rudy was offsides.
Get out!